With the developments of technology, practical solutions have entered our lives in every field. War technology has also been one of the most affected areas. It is no coincidence that most of the breakthrough in the world history coincided with periods of war. With technological developments, smart munitions, unmanned vehicles, and satellite systems started to be used in the war sense. Especially the high efficiency of unmanned vehicles in battlefields has accelerated a force in this direction. The use of unmanned combat vehicles has become advantageous as it prevents the loss of the personnel and is economically less costly. In the coming years, many changes are expected in the literature of the modern warfare in war zones. In the wake of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, unmanned aerial vehicles have started to appear more frequently on the world agenda. Unmanned aerial vehicles, which has an important place in the modern warfare technologies, have also become an important part of the Ukraine's counterattack operations against Russia. So much so that the Ukrainian people even wrote songs about drones. This success has greatly increased Ukraine's operational capacity. As a result, Ukraine continues to actively use drones in strategic operations against Russian targets. Ukraine's latest drone strike against the Russian Navy made a big noise. Let's analyze Ukraine's latest attack together. Russia's naval forces were attacked in early hours of the morning. According to the information, the drone attack reportedly caused serious damage to the landing ship anchored at a naval base in the Russian port city of Novorossiysk. The Russian Defense Ministry said that 2 naval drones had approached the port in the early morning hours were repelled. However, photos and videos soon appeared on social media showing the Olenogorsk Gornyak amphibious assault ship heavily titled with emergency response ship alongside. It is turned out that the information provided by the Russian Defense Ministry was not correct. Ukrainian news sources published a video on Telegram showing the damaged ship being towed to the shore by a rescue ship. As it understood from the published videos, Ukraine caused a major damage to a Russian ship in attack with drones. Russia is thought to be vulnerable to frequent drone attacks by Ukraine in recent days. Russian troops are delayed in preventing Ukraine attacks due to the ammunition problems. The measures taken are insufficient against Ukrainian attack. Local sources reported that an unmanned naval drone loaded with 450 kilograms of explosive attacked the Russian ship Olenogorsk Gornyak. Local sources also reported that the ship suffered a serious hole in its side as a result of the attack and was out of action. It was understood that the video posted on social media about Ukraine's attack was taken from a camera on the bow of the drone. The vehicle was seen approaching to the left side of Olenogorsk Gornyak before the video was cut off due of drone's explosions. Serhiy Bratchuk, spokesman for Ukraine's Odessa military administration, posted a photo of Olenogorsk Gornyak from the left side on Telegram. He noted that the ship is part of Russia's Northern Fleet, which has been deployed to the Black Sea to support naval operations against Ukraine. According to the information about the Ukrainian attack, the Russian ship's defensive measures were not taken. At the time of the attack, the ship claws were open and the lights were on inside. Ukrainian naval captain and strategic expert Andriy Ryzhenko, who shared information on the subject, explained that the ship was heavily damaged. Referring to the videos of the ship tilting to one side, Ryzhenko suggested that it had taken on water. He shared that probably all major internal mechanisms of the ship were badly damaged. Stating that it will be a lot to restore the ship, Ryzhenko stated that this restoration will take a long time and will be costly. He stated that it is more logical for Russia to recycle the damaged ship. Kiev's drone activities in the Black Sea have intensified in recent days. Despite the fact that the Ukrainian defense does not have a large navy, its attempts to counter Russia in the Black Sea have been successful. The most important factor in this success is the effective use of unmanned aerial vehicles. Novorossiysk seems to be a safe place for Russian ship, given its distance for more than 300 miles from Ukrainian ports, but it turns out that this was not the case. At the Ukrainian headquarters, plans are reportedly being made for all areas affecting the war. The details of the early morning attacks operations are quite striking. The information obtained as a result of the hard work of National Security Service of Ukraine was stated as the most important stage in the operation. The operation plan prepared in line with the information provided by Ukrainian intelligence to the armed forces has started. While preparations for the operation continued throughout the night, the bottom was pressed for the operation at the beginning of the morning. Russian troops were still asleep when Ukrainian drones silently and quickly approached the target port. Woken up by sharp jolt, the Russian troops were at the last. But by the time they realized the attack, a hole had been blown in the ship. In Ukrainian operations counter, there were shouts of victory. In the coming days, the war is expected to continue with more intense clashes in the Black Sea. The Russian authorities have not made any statements on this issue, but Moscow is allegedly investigating to punish those responsible for the security breaches. While the Kremlin is experiencing hectic days, it is stated that the end of the power is approaching for the President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin. The increasing opposition against him is leading Vladimir Putin to take harsh measures. On the Ukrainian front, both offensive operations continue and there are advances in the clashes. In a statement made by Ukrainian Interior Ministry, it was announced that Ukrainian troops have made progress. It was stated that the Ukrainian National Guard made an advance of about 650 meters on the Melitopol axis in the south of Ukraine. Ukrainian armed forces are actively using unmanned aerial vehicles in counterattacks. It successfully destroys the drones used by Russia in its attacks. In a statement made by the Air Force of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, information was given about the downed Russian drones. All Iranian-made Shahed 136-131 drones used by Russian troops to attack Ukraine were destroyed by Ukrainian defense. According to data shared by Ukrainian sources, the number of Russian tactical drones destroyed in the latest operation has exceeded to 4,000. Moscow prefers not to share information about the losses. Another issue that has been talked about for a long time was the training plan for Ukrainian Air Force pilots on the F-16 fighter jets. In a statement made by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, it was announced that the pilots of Ukrainian Air Force will start training on F-16 fighter jets this month. How do you assess Ukraine's operations to attack the Russian ship? Do you think the Russian troops are vulnerable? Do you think Ukrainian troops are close to gaining the advantage in the Black Sea? How do you assess your strategic operations of Ukrainian troops, and what do you think Russia's next move will be? We care about your opinion. Please share it with us.